As we all know, Red Bull is dominating Formula One with their new car and has been enjoying a comfortable lead ahead of their competitors. The RB19 is putting down speeds that no other car on track can come close to and seems extra untouchable this year. Yes, it is true that their car was extremely fast for the last 2 years as well, but other teams such as Ferrari and Mercedes were able to challenge them, and the fight for the championship was actually a fight. However, this year no other car on the track seems to be even close to them, and the RB19 is around 1 second per lap faster than any other car on the track. So, what is the reason for this pace, and will this season be as one-sided as the first 2 races were? Find out as I dive deeper into the RB19's speed and design in this video. The RB19 took the top 2 spots on the podium in both of the starting races, and that with a comfortable lead from all other cars. The Red Bull seemed to breeze past others without hesitance, and the only real challenge either Max Verstappen or Sergio Perez faced was each other. Their car is especially fast on the straights, with DRS active, which allows them to complete even the most impossible overtakes. According to an analysis, when DRS is active, the Red Bull gets a boost of around 10 km per hour more than other cars on the track. But how is this possible? Let me explain this first. It turns out that the secret is hidden in the design of their wing. They added a component called a beam wing that attaches to the underneath of the bigger main wing. It forces air passing through the car upwards and gives the driver better control when following another vehicle. Red Bull's beam wing is designed to create as little downforce as possible when DRS is active, and the car can flow through the air better. They did this by making the beam wing more upright and aggressive than the competition. This results in the wing acting in tandem with the upper wing in the diffuser, and when the upper wing opens due to DRS, the beam wing stalls and loses the ability to create downforce. This results in an overall lower amount of downforce and allows the car to reach a higher top speed during straights. Red Bull's ingenious design on the wing serves 2 functions at once, making the air around the car flow upwards and reducing downforce when DRS is active. The beam wing in other cars actually hinders the top speed, as it produces more downforce than if there was no beam wing at all. But Red Bull has managed to overcome this and is using the extra wing to its full potential. Just this small change to the attachment means the Red Bull is the best overtaking car on the track, though we rarely see the Red Bull doing any overtaking, as it is mostly leading all the time. This brings me to the second factor that makes the RB19 so dominant. The beam wing was only added to the car before Jeddah, but Red Bull was still faster in Bahrain as well. This means the wing is not the only factor that resulted in the car's pace. The other part of the car, which may have a more considerable influence on that car's speed, is the overall design of it. Red Bull has proven before that their skills in aerodynamic design are exemplary. When the FIA announced major changes to the racing regulations in 2022, Red Bull took the most advantage of that. The RB18 of last year was aerodynamically way above the competition and had drastic changes, which proved to play into the team's hands. This year, the Bulls have only cemented their lead even more. Just glancing at the Red Bull's side profile compared to the other cars on the track would be enough to show the degree of work that was put into the car's design. Even though the team has the least amount of wind tunnel time available, the vehicle is still aerodynamically superior to every other on track. Mercedes star driver Lewis Hamilton commented on the pace of his rival's car, saying that he has never seen an F1 car this fast. "I have definitely never seen a car so fast," said Hamilton. "When we were fast, we were not that fast. It is the fastest car I have seen, especially compared to the rest." This is especially notable because Mercedes themselves dominated the F1 grid from 2014 till 2020, so if Lewis says the Red Bull is fast, it is fast. What do you think of Red Bull's design this year? Do you find it very similar to last year, or do you believe they did an excellent job improving their design? Let us know in the comments below. Another clear indication of Red Bull's pace is the fact that other teams on the grid are now copying their design. It is said that imitation is the greatest form of flattery, and Aston Martin is doing just that. After the ex-Red Bull head of aerodynamics, Dan Fallows, joined Aston as the head of their technical department, the team revealed the AMR23, which is visually remarkably similar to last year's Red Bull. The AMR23 is also very quick and is the second fastest car on track, with Fernando Alonso driving it to 2 podiums in opening races. The team that came 7th in the Constructors' Championship last year is now faster than both Ferrari and Mercedes just because they followed Red Bull's design strategy. And they are not the only team looking to do that either, as Mercedes has confirmed that they are also looking to take inspiration from the RB19's design to improve their car for this year. But is this all there is to Red Bull's story? It is clear that the car is superior to most on tracks like Jeddah, which have faster corners and rely on more top speed. This allowed Verstappen to start from 15th and still end in 2nd after overtaking everyone except his partner, Sergio Perez. However, the F1 calendar has many different types of circuits, all of which rely on different types of downforce setups. With 21 more races to come during the season, it will be crucial to see what strategy Red Bull employs to ensure they are on top of the track. It is certain that the setup the team used in Jeddah will not suffice for higher downforce tracks like Monaco and Hungary, which require more downforce, so the car keeps contact with the surface during corners. They would need to change both wings as well as the front splitter to make sure no downforce is lost during such scenarios. However, in the past, we have seen Red Bull handle this concern incredibly well. And overall, the team focuses more on downforce and cornering prowess than straight-line speed. This could mean that the team will end up being even faster on high downforce tracks if their record is anything to go by. But we will really find that out in Monaco. However, a big problem that the team currently faces is that they have a lower budget cap this year as a punishment for breaching the cap in 2021. They will also have even further reduced wind tunnel access as well until the end of the season. This could seriously harm the car's development as the season progresses, and it may be possible for other teams to catch up to them. It is proven that Mercedes is working on many upgrades to their car, which will most probably result in a significant boost in the W14's pace. Other teams like Ferrari and Aston Martin are also certainly working on upgrades. And history has proven that an F1 car is at its best during the end of the season, as it keeps getting upgrades throughout the year. Red Bull team principal has already warned after the first race that they must be efficient while developing their car due to the constraints on the budget and wind tunnel time. For the first race of the year, to bring them home as we did with the handicap of the wind tunnel time and everything else, I think the team has done an amazing job, he told the media. To have this as a starting point, of course, we've now got to be efficient in our development moving forward. Every circuit will have its different challenges, but it's a great start for the team. He also stated that other teams will undoubtedly attempt to catch up and that Red Bull must keep improving their car. I've been around long enough to see things change so quickly, the 49-year-old said, and I think that these cars are still relatively immature. As teams develop and upgrades come, things will change. Ultimately, Red Bull is up till now leagues above the competition, and it is hard for any other car to catch up to them. The engineers back in their Milton Keynes factory are pure geniuses for how they designed the car this year and keep making sure the Red Bull is the fastest vehicle on track. However, the season is still in its early stages, and there is a lot more to see as track conditions change and teams keep bringing upgrades to their cars. Red Bull has done a tremendous job with the RB19 so far, but they must continue to push forward if they are to make this the third year in a row where a Red Bull driver takes home the championship. We would also love to hear your thoughts on Red Bull this season overall and their future. Will they, in your opinion, win the championship this year, or will some other team dethrone them? Comment your predictions in the comments below.